right. All right. My man. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Oh, yes, we can do better. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First of all, thank you for taking time out of your day to come here to hear me. I appreciate that because I'm going to do the best I can to make tonight worthwhile to you. I'm going to do the best I can to make what I tell you tonight something to use tomorrow. When you talked about cleaning out your desk, you talked about the marketing material and things like that. This is all about tonight learning something that I can wake up tomorrow morning and do. Understood? Okay, so let me ask you this real quick. Who here just thinks building a business is tough? Okay, all right, okay. And you're right. Who here does it? Somebody didn't raise their hand. Who thinks it's pretty easy? All right, well, you could be right. I don't know. The idea is that Bob just said it. It comes down to where this thing up here, your brain, what's between your ears, changes. And when that changes, everything else starts to change beforehand. You know, the Super Bowl was a great game. Just so you know, I grew up in New York City. I'm a Jet fan. The Giants winning is okay. It's okay. It's okay. But here's the key. Anybody but the Patriots. So I'm all right with that. All right? Because the Patriots own the Jets. And understand what being a Jet fan is like. They're designed to break your heart. They look like this is their year, not quite. I'm also a Met fan. All my buddies are Yankee fans. Now that works, right? Yankees win every other year. The Mets look like they're going to do something, then they fall apart. All right? The Knicks, okay? I can keep going. And you Redskin fans can't talk. All right? You Redskin fans can't talk because you're no different, believe me, than I am. And let me explain something about that. But that's how business is sometimes. We have a dream. We have a vision. We have all these things inside of us. We can't sleep. We got all this stuff to do. We have these lists. We have these great plans. And everybody, we've got the best business. And you pick up the phone and you call someone and they say no. Oh, but how could they? But they said no. Okay, that's all right though. Then you call somebody else and they tell you no. And then they call someone else and they tell you no. And after so many no's, you don't want to pick up the phone anymore because you just get tired of hearing no. And then when someone says yes, you're so excited, you just talk yourself out of the sale. Or if you make the sale, you end up charging half price because you just want them to say yes. You just want them to say yes. You start reading every book. You start going to every class, you start talking to other people, hearing from other people, and then one day you come to the realization the only conversation that matters is the one you have with yourself. All right? Understand that you believe who you are. You believe what you say. But the problem is who we believe we are sometimes is false, and what we say is contrary to that what God has put in us in the first place. Understood? Okay, so we're going to talk about inner laws. We're going to talk about outer laws today. Understand this. The New York Giants and the New England Patriots played football last night. Now, they spent 2 weeks from the championship game getting ready for that game. They spent the week before the championship game getting ready for that game. They spent the week before that getting ready for that game. They spent 16 weeks getting ready for the next game. They spent the off season getting ready for the preseason to get to the regular season. Meanwhile, they're lifting weights. Meanwhile, they're running. Meanwhile, they're watching film. And it's all about what's going to happen on Sunday. They spend all week long getting ready for what they think is going to happen so they don't think about it when it takes place. In other words, they just start to react and just start to move. I mean, what was the difference in yesterday's game? My analysis is real simple. The Giants receivers made plays. They held on to the ball. Eli Manning wasn't any better than Tom Brady, but Tom Brady's receivers didn't make the plays that they had to make. And that much, we're talking an inch here, a play there, a penalty there that makes the difference. Yep. That's it. If that game had gone another quarter, it may have been the other way around because those teams are evenly matched. Yeah. And it came down to execution. And there was a point that I looked at those players, and I could be wrong, but I just said the Giants look like they just believe right now. When he got the ball, They just believe that a little bit more than the Patriots. The Patriots are used to winning. See, the Patriots are used to being out in front. And all of a sudden, it's a different sort of game. They're not scoring 30, 40, 50 points. Now they're in a dogfight. Not that they couldn't win the dogfight, but it was different for them. And they had to kind of rethink what was going on. They went from knowing they're going to win to hoping they could win. And that's what happens in business when you hear so many no's. See, Frank, you think you're going to win today. And you make about 10 phone calls and they say no. And maybe not you, because you've got the thing together. But the rest of us aren't so sure about call 11 or call 12. Or Monday was rough, so here comes Tuesday. Or 2011 was tough, and I don't know about 2012. You've cleaned out your desk. You've done all the stuff that it seems like is right on the outside, but what's going on the inside? So we're going to talk about that tonight. Fair enough? Yeah. Okay, good. Now, I have a list of things, and there are more to them. There are more to this. I mean, it really comes down to what you come up with yourself. But I came up with 12 areas. 12 areas, that's the number of completion, 2012. Everybody know what 12 means, right? 12 is a number of completion. 12 is a number of apostolic government. 12 is also a number of new beginnings. All right? I'm in the wilderness in 2011, a number of trial. Get this now. I got to cross over to Jordan right here. I lay my 12 stones to commemorate the 12 tribes, and I go into the promised land. But when I get into the promised land, see, in the wilderness, God fed me with manna. Things that is coming my way. But when I got into the promised land, there was a promise, but right after the promise comes a problem. And with the problem, God will send a provision if I do what Israel had to do, which is fight. And many times they doubted themselves. Jericho falls, no fight. Then they go to Ai, a small place. We got some saved people in here. You know the story? They go to Ai, they only send a few men, and they get beaten. Because one man said, his name is Achan, says, I'm not sure. So let me hold a little bit on the side. And the whole thing falls apart. All right? So the idea is we have to get in our mind that we are on this side of the Jordan, and we're ready to fight 2012. You ready? Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm going to go through the 12. But I'm going to focus on 2. If I have time, I'm going to focus on 3 of those that I think, this is me thinking, are the most important. Understand, you may have more than 12 of what I'm going to call inner laws, or 12 attitudes, if you will. And that's okay, 13, 14, 15. But probably if you get 2 or 3 right, you realize that all 12 are connected, or all 15 are connected, all 20 are connected. So if I miss yours, that's okay. Write yours down, but look it up and start to study it. So, in no particular order, but I want to kind of go through this. The first one is purpose. The first one I said is purpose. Everyone please say purpose. No, say it like you mean it. Purpose. I wake up on purpose every day. I run my business on purpose every day. I came into this class on purpose to get something out of this class right now. And purpose is defined as the reason for which anything is done, created, or exists. It's a fixed design, an outcome or an idea that is an object of an action or other effort. It's a fixed intention in doing something. Another word is determination. Synonyms, just can get back to school. A synonym is another word that means something, or it's very similar to the word we're talking about in the first place. Anytime you hear the word aim, aspire, bid, commit, conclude, consider, contemplate, design, decide, determine, have a mind to, have a view of, make up one's mind. Any of those things come back to your purpose. Now let me explain something to you. God gives you your purpose in the beginning. He told Jeremiah, before you were born, I knew you. He told Fred, before I was born, all right, he knew me. And what we have to do is determine our purpose. And I'm going to tell you, finding your purpose is not hard. Your purpose is your desire. There's something in you. There's something in you that you just get excited about. There's something in you that turns you on. See, some of you are creative people, and colors and lines and work that way. Other people might be in the decorating business, and having things at a certain place might be that way. Some of you are numbers guys. That's what I am. I understand that 2 + 2 = 4, and I could break that down different ways. I don't need a calculator. I just know numbers, but I don't know colors. Some of you do all kinds of things in here. You guys do things I've never seen or heard of before. But it's your desire. And that's your purpose. So understand right now, if you're in business, whatever you're excited about in your life, you need to find out how to make that your business, because that's what you're good at. And I'll say something else within your business. There are things about your business. You're excited about the business, but you're not excited about every part of the business, which isn't your desire. That's when you start to know how to build your team to find people that are excited about that part of the business. For instance, some of you don't care about numbers, and therefore you should never, ever handle a checkbook in your business. All right? But there's somebody else. Oh, they love debits and credits. They love payables and receivables. They love reconciling things. They love balance sheets. They like projections. That's their thing. There's some other guy, listen, you hate cleaning your facility. Really. But if someone else, if it's not neat, if it's not in the proper place, oh, they just freak out. Find who that guy is. Find who that lady is. There's someone else. Oh, my goodness. Now, all of us got to sell. Don't get me wrong. And we got to market. But there's somebody that doesn't mind hearing no. Because they realize no, this means new opportunity. Next, next, next. Because every no I get gets me closer to my next yes. For every no, I'm happy about a no. I got to know that's real. That's cool. Because I need you to get out the way for the person that wants to write me a check. You got me? So your purpose, it starts there. The second thing, vision. Vision is defined, the act, faculty, or matter of perceiving with the eye. Sight, the ability or an instance of great perception, that's great perception, especially of future developments. Sometimes used plural, a vivid mental image produced by the imagination. I like that, by the imagination. In business or commerce, the stated aims and objectives of a business or other organization. Your vision, now here, get this right, now your purpose, before I formed you, I knew you. But your vision comes after the purpose as you start to walk towards your purpose. So Abraham wants you to leave this land and go to that land. He doesn't know the land. He doesn't know exactly where he's going. He's heard about this place called Canaan, but he's never been there before. His purpose is to get to Canaan because you're going to be father of many nations. But when he starts to walk, when he starts to move in that direction, a funny thing starts to happen. He starts to see stuff. The provision starts to come. He starts to understand things. He starts to hear about a land made of milk and honey, and all these other things start to take place. You start to see all of a sudden the vision. Who's got your stuff? Who's my motivational speaker? Where is she? There you go. All right, we got a whole bunch of you. A whole bunch of you probably raised here. All right, my motivational speakers. You get motivated about the thing that gets other people motivated. You start to see that thing. You start to feel that thing. Stuff starts to happen. So understand, it's purpose first, then comes the vision. So if you aren't moving, if you aren't clearing out your desk, like we heard earlier, if you aren't writing down your goals, if you aren't saying, I got the market, if you aren't saying, I'm going to do something, if you aren't coming to this class and applying some stuff, and you're wondering why you don't know what's going on next is, and you have no vision, it's because you aren't moving. Because the vision never came to anyone standing still. Do you understand that? Are we clear on that? Because I can stop now. Your purpose comes before you even think about it. God did that. But your vision comes when you start to walk in the path that God would have you to walk. And understand, vision, it says, is your imagination. You can't see it yet. Vision is in the future. Vision is your hope. Vision is that thing that hasn't happened yet, but you see it before it's there. I see that next sale when I make that phone call. I see that next referral before I ask for it. I see, understand, so I got to have some no so I can get my yes, because no means new opportunity. Understood? Yes. We can leave now. We can leave now. There's nothing else to teach. Your next is your mission. Your mission, a specific task or duty assigned to a person or group of people. A person's vocation. In other words, what you do is your calling. Often the phrase, mission in life. Now here goes mission. Anybody ever been in the military? We got a few? Okay, amen for that. Thank you for defending our country, man of God. And yeah, give him a hand. All right? Because see, listen, I figured this out. There are 7.5 billion people on this planet. There's just over 300 million people in this country. You got about a 1 in 22 chance of being born in Iraq, Afghanistan, someplace with a drought. We're in the United States of America. My goodness, we can come to classes like this, make mistakes, and start all over again. Go to a communist country and try to have this class. Bob will be in jail, I will be in jail, and none of you will come. Fair enough? Okay, so understand that. So it is your mission. Your mission, now understand how your mission works. Your mission is, what do I need to do right now? So understand that. My purpose says, before I'm formed, he knew me, so that's my purpose. My vision is, as I start to move in that purpose, I start to see what goes on. But my mission is what I need to do today. Today I got to make 100 phone calls. Today I got to clean out my desk. Today I got to write out my goals. Today I've got to hand out some brochures. And you start to talk to yourself differently. You start to understand yourself differently. You start to work differently. So your mission is, what are you doing right now? So right now, you have to start to think about tomorrow. When I wake up tomorrow, XOAM, whatever it is, what is my purpose for today? What's the one thing, the two things, the three things I'm going to do today? And let me just give you a little attitude here. All right? The Bible says in all labor there's profit. So don't despise the small beginnings. I made 10 phone calls, it didn't work, make 11. That fax, that email didn't work, send another. I got a brochure, that one didn't work, it's okay. I messed that sale up, I dropped it and broke it, I had to pay for it. It's all right, because you see, in all labor there's profit. Remember what's going on now, right? We've got purpose, right? We got vision. My mission is walking in that purpose, in that vision. I'm getting better and perfected at it as I go. And the Bible says, I'll just give this to you. Proverbs 22:29. Says, you see a man that excels at his work, he'll serve before kings and not before unknown men. Proverbs 18:16 says, my gift will make room for thee and bring me before great men. The idea is, in your labor, working your mission will get you to the people that have your stuff. And understand, every check you ever get, every dollar bill anybody hands to you will come from another person. So therefore, look for those people, all right? Your mission is to find those people that want to write you a check. Amen? Okay, we're good. Okay, now, the next is commitment. The state of being committed or pledged. An obligation. A promise that, highlight this one, a promise that restricts one's freedom of action. Let me read that one again. It is an obligation or a promise that restricts one's freedom of action. Now, understand this. This is big. I am an Olympic runner. Or I want to be one. London 2012, this summer, the Summer Olympics. I'm a 400-meter runner. I want to qualify for the team. Then once I make the team, I want to run against the other guys. And I want to win a medal. All right? Now, I've got to have what's called tunnel vision. I got to work out. They get up at a certain time. They eat a certain thing. Watch this now. They even deny themselves things that are legitimate. See, there's some guy that we watched the Super Bowl, all right, and cheered or booed. There were guys in the NFL that didn't watch that game. They were working out yesterday because they were upset that they won in the game themselves. What do you think the Ravens kicker's probably doing, right? He missed the kick, right? Yeah. That dude's probably kicked 1,000 balls every day. His leg is probably ready to fall off because he said, I want another chance. All right, that means sometimes you have to deny yourself or just be so focused on that thing, because my mission says today I have to do this thing. I mean, how do I have to be diligent, I have to be committed to it every day. Anybody getting anything here? Yeah. All right, then good. You can talk to me, you can yell, you can shout, you can cheer, you can send checks, you can throw money. All right, okay, that's okay, all right. The next one is, and I already mentioned it, diligence/work ethic. Diligence, perseverance in carrying out action. Earnest, persistent application of an undertaking. Steady effort. That's a big one. In other words, every day, all the time. Not, I got it done this week and not that week. I made 10 calls on Monday, but I don't call again until Thursday. I lost Tuesday and Wednesday. Those people don't get colds. Those people don't get sick. Those people do it in spite of the headache. Attentive care, heedfulness. Now, diligence, let me give you some synonyms, because this will make it easy for you. Activity, alertness, application, attention, attentiveness. Somebody said get it done fast, I heard earlier. Briskness, all right? Care, carefulness, intent. You labor, all right? So understand, when we start talking about diligence, remember my mission says what I need to do right now. My diligence is I stay on that thing till that mission is complete, then another mission comes. So I got a purpose, right? Before I was formed, he knew me. I get a vision as I start to walk. My mission is, what am I doing right now? I have to be diligent. I have to be committed to work it, to work it, to work it, to work it, to work it. See, every note I get, my sales presentation is just getting perfected. I'm just working on my close. I'm just learning how to prospect. I'm just getting better at this, so I get deadly. Get to the point where I know, I don't even know when to hang up the phone because that was not a good one for me because it's not in my market. When they start asking, how much does it cost? And I tell them, and they go, oh, I don't know. Next. I get to roll then because I got to find one that can pay. And that's not to knock them. That means this is a different market. Not everybody's Mercedes-Benz, but check this out. They sell fewer cars than Ford, but they're both still here. All right, so you find your market. Sacrifice. Now, I like that one. That's very close to commitment. Forfeiture or surrender of something of value as a means of gaining something more. In other words, I give up this, which isn't worth as much as what I want to get tomorrow. Your sacrifice is all about your vision. Your sacrifice is all about the future. Your sacrifice is all about what's going to happen next. All right? And some of you got to give up American Idol. Some of you got to give up. Oh, let me tell you what I did. I watched the Super Bowl yesterday, and let me tell you something. I played college football. I went to the University of Miami on a football scholarship. I won a national championship. I know what it's like. And I went to see the Miami Hurricanes, that's where I went to school, play the University of Maryland in College Park on Labor Day night. They lost that game. I did not watch another game, football, basketball, baseball, anything until the Super Bowl. I saw clips of ESPN at times, and I have clients when I go to their homes, they have it on. Because I realized something, sports radio was costing me money. I'm in my car all the time. I'm reading and looking at ESPN about what happened last week's game, which is over with, and next week's game, which hasn't come yet, and I'm caught up in that thing. Forget that, I gotta make some phone calls. That was sacrifice for me. See, some of you are spiritual and you fasted on food. I fasted for like 4 days. I wasn't hungry. I wasn't feeling nothing. It didn't do anything to me. I turned sports radio off. Oh, I started tripping. Oh, my goodness. Man, what's going on? All right? But guess what? Because of that, I saved 2011, hit every goal, and got through January. Listen, best year we've had. And I've already got February covered. This thing is good. Only because I made a few sacrifices. Here goes one, innovation. Somebody clapping. The creation of something in the mind. Now I like that one because earlier we talked about imagination. A creation, a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation. A conversion, being on the cutting edge. This one got me because I am not the innovative type. I can take what you can do, find out how you do it, and learn how to do it better than you can. And then outwork you for it to make more money than you and dominate that market. That's what I can do. The joke is, I hope I can say this, the joke has always been the Japanese don't invent anything, just make it better. All right? Well, I can do that. But there are innovators in this room. There are people with ideas, and there are people with patents in this room. There are people with stuff that can change the world. The cure for cancer is in somebody's mind right now. All those things are taking place right now. But here's the thing about innovation. I learned something in studying this stuff, not being an innovator. Sometimes innovator means to reverse course. Sometimes innovation means to go back to the way you used to do it. Sometimes innovation means, okay, let me just read my business plan again and get back to the basics. Sometimes innovation means turning back. See, sometimes it means I might lose this battle today. Let me retreat. Let me get myself together. But I just learned more about the enemy so I know how to get the enemy next time. Maybe I'll go around his back. Maybe I'll hit him from the side. So innovate, what I got, if he's bigger than me, I'm going to hit him in the legs. Big Troy back there, I see Troy. Hey, Troy, how you doing? Troy's a police officer. So I'm not going to, first of all, he can beat me up. But secondly, he could arrest me if I win. So I'm not going to fight him. I'm going to find the small guy in the room and make sure no karate or something, all right? That's how the thing works, all right? Risk. We are we are risk takers. That's what we do. We are listen, see, let me tell you why this class is different than the 50 or 60 other classes taking place right now. Because, see, those people need a job. to get to the next place. But we create jobs. We create economy. We change markets. You know why you get tax breaks from the IRS by owning a business? Because you create jobs. You create taxpayers. They realize one successful entrepreneur might create 100, 1,000, 10,000 taxpayers, and they love that. Because the government's in the revenue too. They got cash flow problems. Just like entrepreneurs, they understand. That's why they give us the breaks. So the idea is that we need to understand that that's who we are. Okay, but we'll take the risk. We'll write the check. Now understand risk, a factor, a thing, an element, of course involving uncertainty. To act in spite of the possibility of injury or loss. All right? I take risks all the time, and sometimes I'll lose. But I just readjust and get back at it the other time. Because understand, let me just tell you about money. Money is never the issue in business. The resources, money is the thing you need the least of. What you need are other resources. You need people. You need ideas. You need things that will help you get to where you're going to get to. We heard somebody earlier say they have a bunch of businesses. It started from scratch, from their mind. There was no money involved. All right? There are all kinds of things that take place. So we have to understand that it's okay to take a risk. And I think we've said this before, but let me say it to you now. If you fear losing, if you fear failure, you also fear success, as you'll never have it. So the idea is it's okay. See, when Tom Brady or when Eli Manning last night threw an incompletion, what did they do? They dropped back and threw it again. That's what they did. That's what, the guy dropped the pass. He ran back to the hole. So I guarantee you, hey, throw it to me next time. I got it this time. And that's how it works. All right, then. Anybody getting anything? Yeah. I hope so. Good. Courage. Oh, gosh. Okay, let's just stop right here. Let's just kill fear right now. Just make up your mind. I'm killing fear right now. Let's just make up my mind. See, I will not turn my back. The Bible says, let me see. The armor says I've got what? A helmet of salvation, a breastplate of righteousness, a belt of truth, feet shod in the gospel of peace, got the sword, the word in my hand, right? What part of that covers the butt? Nothing. Because we are supposed to turn back. We are courageous in spite of. Listen, any business owners know what it's like when you're looking at your accounts and everything is red. Everything is red. You get a check and you know you're supposed to tithe, but if you write the tithe check, that would bounce too. You know how it is? You got the order. You're ready to pay some bills. Well, you think you've got the order, the renewal's coming, and then they call you up the last minute and says, we're not going to buy it. You already wrote the checks. You're trying to catch the mailman. You're trying to get online and you're trying to do everything you can. All right? That's when the car breaks down. That's when stuff starts happening. All right? All those things, right? But see, courage says in spite of. Because the Bible says, don't worry about what I eat, what I drink, what I wear. But he's got me covered. He says he'll adorn me. He says, look at Solomon. Look at the lilies. I'll take better care of you than I care more about the birds than you. The birds, they eat every day. Every day. He feeds them. He'll take care of us even more so, but we got to stay in the game. We got to remember what was my purpose. Oh, what's the vision? Because I got to stay in that path. What's my mission? Do I have courage? Will I sacrifice? Does this thing start to tie together with some people? But some of us quit because of fear. Oh, how many people? All right, no, don't raise your hand. But some of you in this room, and you may not want to admit it, but your second, third, fourth restart. And that's okay. That's okay. Because you're not alone. You're not alone. That's all right. But we've got to have courage. And the best part about it is if you die, you'll resurrect again. You have business. Oh, I love business. Business tells you so much about God. You know how many times I've been born again? You know how many times I've been born again? I mean, it's what we do. It's how we are. Courage, courage, courage. The state or quality of mind or spirit that enables one to face danger, fear, or, I like this, vicissitudes. It's a big word. What it means is with self-possession, confidence, and resolution. It's a state of quality of mind, a spirit that enables one to face danger. You can face danger. And you can do it with confidence, resolution, bravery, courage. I put that near the top of the list. Okay, going to be done here in a couple of minutes here. Integrity. Oh, this is a big one. Steadfast adherence to a strict moral code or ethical code. The quality or condition of being whole or undivided completeness. Now, this was an interesting one. I learned this last summer when I was at another event and a lady was speaking and she talked about integrity. And I always thought integrity meant honesty. But it means honesty plus your values. Let me give you an example. If you are a gangster in the mafia or in a gang, they have their own code of ethics. Don't snitch or the Crips versus the Bloods. And there's an honesty and an integrity within that group, even though they're doing the wrong thing. What you have to do is know your purpose and make sure that your values are lining up with your purpose. See, I just know that your mission is lining up with your purpose. Make sure that in that vision you'll see has to line up with the purpose. Because see, you have opportunities to take shortcuts and you can't do them because they will catch up to you. Listen, I know, I'm speaking it. All right? I thought I was smarter than everybody else. I found out that I wasn't. I had to go back and restart it again. Because what God will do is he'll send you around that mountain again. Why did it take 40 years to get out of the wilderness, right? Because they had to keep going again and again. Exactly. Pass the test the first time. The idea is, what are the ethics of your industry, but more importantly, the ethics of yourself. And that doesn't mean that you were dishonest necessarily when you lack integrity, but it means you didn't do what you said you were going to do. I said I was going to make 10 phone calls today. I said I was going to send out 10 letters today. I said that I was going to meet 10 new people today, or whatever the numbers might be. I said I was going to work on my marketing plan today, or I was going to go to the seminar today. I was going to come to class on Monday night today, but I didn't come. You have shown your lack of integrity. It will hurt and bring down your business. That's a big one. Integrity and courage go right there together. So I got a purpose. Before I was ever formed, he knew me. I'm walking, I got a vision. My mission is what I should be doing every day. With that, I need to bring courage. With that, I need to have integrity. With that, I need to be committed. With that, I need to make sacrifice. See, it all fits together, you understand? And if you miss one or two of those, oh boy, you're in trouble. But they become the same thing. I'm almost done. Leadership. Oh, I like this one. Leadership, administration, guidance, or direction. And you may hear people talk all the time about leadership being influence. How do you know you're leading? Anybody know? Let me answer it. Is somebody following? Let me tell you something. I didn't watch any football, but on Saturday nights, I allow myself a little television, and what I love, is Nat Geo Wild and Animal Planet. Anything getting killed or eaten, I'm into. I love animals, every kind, the crawler ones, the flying ones. I love that stuff. Love dogs, love cats. Anybody's dog is my friend. Vicious dogs come to me and lay down and I rub their bellies. This is how it works. And here's the thing. If you ever seen geese fly, they fly in a V formation, right? They're headed from Canada and they're going south or they're going wherever. All right, here's what happens. During a V formation, there's a lead goose. The lead goose is flapping. Now, he's the strongest one. He's the one that's flapping. He's the one that's breaking the wind. He's the one that's setting the pace for everybody else. But he never looks back. He never thinks about what's going on. He doesn't even know if they're still flying, except for one thing. The geese behind say, honk, 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 honk. And every time he hears honk, he goes a little further. When he gets tired, he hears honk, and he goes a little further. And a little further, and honk, and the one in the back says honk, and every once in a while when that lead goose does get a little tired, he goes honk, and the goose in the back gets to the front, and he starts flapping, and they form a V on him, and they start saying honk, and honk, and honk. Here's the deal, if you're a leader, when you start hearing honk, 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 you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, stuff starts happening. Leadership means they start finding you. The phone calls start coming. You realize, the reason you're not worried about the no's so much is you can't handle all the yeses. Right. I got 2-3 calls a day. I didn't even call them. I got to call them tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But I'll find out. Oh, yeah. The check will clear. One more. Faith. Oh, gosh. Confident belief in the truth. Just stop right there. What is the truth in your life? The truth says, my truth says, let the weak say I'm poor. Or let the weak say no, don't say that. No, don't do that. Let the weak say I'm strong. There we go, that's better. You don't say you're poor. But the poor can say I'm rich. It says I'm blessed going in, going out. It says I'm blessed in the city, I'm blessed in the field. I'm above and I'm not beneath. So even when I get all that red in my checking account, I'm still blessed. I'm still here. Even though the vehicle isn't running just right, or it's got more miles than I wish it did, it's all right. Even though they keep saying no on the phone, or no when I shake their hands, or they kind of nod, but they never come, it's all right. Because see, I got a purpose. And because I want my purpose, I got a vision. And because of my vision, I got a mission, what I got to do today. And in my mission, if I just stay committed to my mission, if I could just sacrifice a little bit, if I could just have a bit more integrity, if I could have just some courage when it gets tough, funny thing happens, I get there. I get there. Now, I got to be done here. I only got a couple of minutes, all right? So I just want to do one thing real quick, because I got a top 3 that are my top 3, and you could add more to this list. I'm not going to talk about purpose. I said it enough. And I talked about vision, and I said that enough. We got that right? Purpose is already there. It's your desire, what's in you. Your vision is what comes to you when you start to walk in that purpose. I am a bookkeeper. I am an accountant. When I start to work in that, that's my purpose. My vision comes by doing it. So I've got one more. And it's not, actually, I've already told you what it would be, but I want it just to go over it with you, and I want to read it to you. And that is diligence and work ethic. The Bible says that the diligent hand will rule, but the slack hand, the lazy hand, will be put to forced labor. Folks, we can teach you everything about business. We could teach you everything, every close, the either or, the in or out, there's all kinds of stuff. I can tell you all kinds of stuff. We could tell you about different structures and S corps and C corps and that type of thing. We can tell you technology geeks, what to do with your iPhones. We can tell you about emails and network all that stuff. But you got to work. You got to work. You got to. I started out asking who thought business was easy, and some of you raised your hand, others didn't. But I think none of you really thought it was easy. And I don't know, but anything worthwhile has got to be hard. But you got to work. You got to work. You got to work. I talked to somebody yesterday. I think they're here wherever they are. They're starting a new business. I'm in the fitness business. They're in the fitness. They're starting the fitness business. You got to work. Just because you're good doesn't matter. Just because you're the best doesn't matter. McDonald's doesn't make the best hamburger, but they sell the most hamburgers. All right? Because they have a system, and they work, and they work, and they work, and they work. Folks, just be diligent. Just work. Just have fun with this thing. My goodness, I'm so excited to know you people. Have a great night.